Alright, wet, rainy, oops, I forgot one light. That's why the video looks strange. I didn't put the backlighting up. Be right back. Alright, besides it gives the red eye someplace to go play. They love light and windows, things like that. Alright, so what I wanted to talk to you today about were 3 different subjects. Let's go over to the first one. You may have heard this one. So yet again, another dire warning to humanity. Over 15,000 scientists got together and have put out a warning that time is running out for climate change corrections. We need to go to zero right now. We're actually late on starting to fix things if we were going to wait till the last minute. We're quite late. So these people this group of scientists put out, since 1992, 26.1% loss of fresh water per capita. That's a lot, especially when our numbers are going up so quickly. A 75.3% increase in the number of ocean dead zones. That's the 2 that they really wanted to emphasize, but there's so many more. Now, how about the global carbon emissions? Well, we've been hearing all this BS about how global carbon emissions have been at 0 and that everything is at neutral right now. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth, as we've seen here on the pink barrio. Global carbon emissions are up in 2017 to record highs. According to the Global Carbon Project, emissions are expected to hit record highs at the end of 2017. However, there is some good news. Here in the U.S., carbon emissions are down by 0.4%, meaning this is the only country that actually has lowered their carbon footprint, though this was under Obama that this happened. Unfortunately, all emissions here in the U.S. have now started to climb rapidly. So let's talk about insect populations are down by 75% decline in the last 3 decades. This study took 27 years and has followed insects for that long. Plus they used information before that from other studies. Now that's kind of interesting because the bird populations that eat the insects are down by 64% in North America alone. What were the big causes? This new study found loss of habitat and insecticide poisoning, among other things like defoliants. Just kill off a lot of your biodiversity in insects. Unfortunately, the insects, because they're in decline, doesn't mean that we're not too far behind. Now, the Monarch butterfly here in California has a range where they go from California down to Mexico and they come back again. It's a seasonal thing. There used to be millions and millions of them. Now there's just a few 100,000 left. The same thing that's killing off the insects and the birds and all the other small insects is the same thing that's killing off the Monarch butterfly. Their entire habitat is being destroyed. They need milkweed to survive, and milkweed is also an endangered species in these areas because there's not enough of it to support the monarch butterfly that feeds solely on milkweed. Now I wanted to talk to you about one more thing that's just really irking me, and that's what the Orange Man has done. He has taken away the protections for elephants in Africa by getting rid of the ban on ivory here in the U.S. Can you believe that he would do that? The bans that were in place to get rid of ivory here in the U.S. is now gone. They also have lifted the ban on trophies being brought in from Africa. So if you want to kill an endangered lion or tiger, you can now have it mounted and brought into the U.S. Disgusting, Orange Man. Did I tell you how much this man disgusts me? Really, the reason he took these regulations off was purely so that him and his buddies can go hunting for endangered species and bring back the trophies. Now, as soon as this ban was announced, a travel agency immediately started to advertise elephant hunting in Africa, and you could bring the trophies back to the U.S. Ivory consumption will now continue throughout the world until the decline of elephants is so severe there aren't going to be many. Elephants used to be in the millions. They're now in just a few thousands. Pretty amazing how we're just wiping things out and going backwards. So, one more thing. YouTube is doing a complete scrub of most of my subscribers from what I'm seeing. They got rid of about 20 last week. I don't know how many we're going to lose this week. So, if you've been unsubscribed, you might as well subscribe again. It gives YouTube something to do. Makes them look busy. So I appreciate all the comments on the last videos, and your ups and your downs and your new subscribers, and until next time.